Reproduction of plants. To produce its kind of characteristics of all living organisms, the production of new individuals from their parent is known as reproduction. But how do plants reproduce? There are different modes of reproduction in plants. Modes of reproduction. Most plants have roots, stems, and leaves. These are called the vegetative parts of a plant. After a certain period of growth, most plants bear flowers. You may have seen the mango trees flowering in spring. It is these flowers that give rise to juicy mango fruit we enjoy in summer. We eat the fruits and usually discard the seeds. Seeds germinate and form new plants. So what is the function of flower in plants? Flowers perform the function of the reproduction in plants. Flowers are the reproductive parts. There are several ways by which plants produce their offspring. These are two categorized, which is asexual and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, plants can give rise to new plants without seeds, whereas in asexual reproduction, new plants are obtained without production of seeds. Vegetative propagation, it is a type of asexual reproduction in which new plants are produced from roots, stems, and leaves, and buds. Since reproduction is through the vegetative parts of the plant, it is known as vegetative propagation. Roots of some plants can also give rise to new plants. Sweet potato and dahlia are examples. Plants such as cactus produce new plants when their parts get detached from the main plant body. Each detached part can grow into a new plant. Plants produced by vegetative propagation take less time to grow and bear flowers and fruits earlier than those produced from seeds. The new plants are exact copies of the parent plant, as they are produced from a single parent. Sexual reproduction. You know that the flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant. Stamen are the male reproductive part and pistil is the female reproductive part. Flowers which contain either only pistil or only stamens are called asexual flowers. Flowers which contain both stamen and pistil are called bisexual flowers. Corn, papaya, and cucumber produce asexual flowers where mustard. Both male and female asexual flowers may be present in the same plant or in different parts of a plant. An anther contains pollen grains which produce male gametes. A pistil consists of stigma, style, and ovary. Ovary contains one or more ovules. Then the female gamete or the egg formed in inane ovule. In sexual reproduction, a male and a female gamete fuse to form a zygote. Pollination. Generally, pollen grains have a tough protective coat which prevent them from drying up. Since pollen grains are light, they can be carried by wind or water. Insects visit flowers and carry away pollen on their bodies. Some of the pollen lands on the stigma of a flower of the same kind. The transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma of a flower called pollination. If the pollen lands on the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant, it is called self-pollination. When the pollen of a flower lands on a stigma of a flower of different parts of plants of the same kind, it is called cross-pollination. And in fertilization, the cell which results after fusion of the gamete is called a zygote. The process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. The zygote develops into an embryo. Fruits and seeds formation. After fertilization, the ovary grows into fruit and other parts of the flower fall off. The fruit is the repent ovary. The seeds develop from the ovules. The seeds contains an embryo enclosed in a protected seed coat. Some fruits are fleshy and juicy, such as a mango and orange. Some fruits are hard, like almonds and walnuts. And the last, seed dispersal. In nature, same kind of plants grow at different places. This happens because seeds are dispersed to different. Sometimes after a walk through a forest or a field or a park, you may have found seeds or fruit sticking to your clothes. Did you try to observe how these seeds were clinging to your clothes? What do you think will happen if all seeds of a plant were to fall at the same place and grow there? There would be severe competition for sunlight, water, minerals, and space. As a result, the seeds would not grow into healthy plants. Plants benefit by seed dispersal. It prevents competition between the plant and its own seedling for sunlight, water, and minerals. It also enables the plants to invade new habitats for wider distribution. Seeds and fruits of plants are carried away by wind, water, and animals. Winning seeds such as those are drumstick and maple.